Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today's our lecture of psychology is the personality development. When जब हम पर्सनैलिटी डेवलपमेंट के बारे में बात करते हैं तो इसका मतलब है कि डेवलपमेंट की वो तमाम स्टेजेस जिनमें से एक छोटा बच्चा एन इन्फेंट्स आफ्टर its birth passes through all the stages in which we learn to perceive things, to get things, to understand, and his behavioral adaptations. These all are included in his personality development. तो पर्सनैलिटी डेवलपमेंट के लिए डिफरेंट थ्योरीज पेश की गई थी और these theories describe the prominent stages and these include motor development theory, cognitive development theory, social development, moral development, and then we have psychoanalytical theories. These theories include Erickson's psychosocial and Faraday's psychosexual theories. Next, what is motor development? Actually, mostly जो मोटर एबिलिटीज़ होती हैं these develop in small little children's infants. Mostly they follow the same order. स्टेप बाय स्टेप लर्निंग होती है. एक जो इन्फेंट होता है वो पहले फर्स्ट स्टेप सीखता है, देन he learns second step, and then he learns third step, and the order of these steps is same in different individuals, and mostly all the individuals require same period for learning, for passing through the same step. Because of this reason, इस रीज़न की वजह से हम ये कहते हैं कि ये जो मोटर डेवलपमेंट होती हैं ये जेनेटिकली प्री प्रोग्राम्ड होती हैं तमाम इंडिविजुअल्स में. ताहम दीज आर इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय एनवायरनमेंट्स एंड करेक्टर. ये इन्वायरमेंट से इन्फ्लुएंस होती हैं. अगर इन्वायरमेंट अच्छा है तो लर्निंग ऑफ अ स्पेसिफिक trait or passing through a specific stage requires less time, and if the environment is negative, then it may requires more time than the normal individual. Mostly the characters that are developed during motor development are given in this charter, that we can see from this charter that in the first 2 months the infant is able to lift head up on his own. खुद से सर उठाना सीखता है. तीसरे मंथ में वो रोल ओवर कर सकता है, मतलब एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पर रोल करता हुआ मूवमेंट शो करता है. चौथे मंथ में वो किसी भी सहारे की मदद से बैठ सकता है. एंड 6th मंथ में ही नीड्स नो सपोर्ट फॉर सिटिंग. 7th मंथ में ही कैन स्टैंड होल्डिंग थिंग्स विद एनी सपोर्ट. 9 month में he can walk using any sport. In 10th month he can stand without any sport, and in 11th month he stand alone, अकेला खड़ा होता है with more confidence. 12 मंथ में स्पोर्ट के साथ चलना शुरू करता है. 14 मंथ में विदाउट बैकवर्ड्स पीछे की जानिब भी मूवमेंट शो करता है. 17 मंथ में खड़ा हो सकता है. कैन वर्क अप स्टेप्स विद लिटिल और नो सपोर्ट, बगैर किसी भी सहारे के आहिस्ता सा दौड़ सकता है. एंड इन 18th month he is able to manipulate objects with feet. He can manipulate. अगर हम देखें ये जो all these characters, these show physiological developments. These are more related to physiological development. And next we have cognitive developments, and these developments mostly these have 4 stages. A theory of the gene a theory was proposed by Jean Piaget for cognitive development, and children go through these specific stages. According to him, that are 4 stages, and these stages have fixed order. मतलब फर्स्ट स्टेज आएगी तब नेक्स्ट स्टेज आएगी, तब थर्ड आएगी, तब फोर्थ आएगी. मतलब ना तो डायरेक्ट फर्स्ट को छोड़कर सेकंड में जा सकते हैं, ना ही ये हो सकता है कि पहले सेकंड आ जाए और देन फर्स्ट आए. ओके, here the 4 stages are briefly described. That are for first stage is sensory motor stage, that ranges from 0 to 2 years, and in which children begins to interact with the environment. And next we have pre-operational stage, that ranges from 2 to 6 or 7 years. इस टाइम में तो जो चिल्ड्रन है वो रिप्रेजेंट द वर्ड्स विद सिंबल, तो वो सिंबल्स के साथ वर्ड्स को शो करना सीखता है. एंड थर्ड इज कंसंट्रेट ऑपरेशनल स्टेज, इन विच द चाइल्ड लर्न्स द रूल्स सच एज कंजर्वेशन. Now what is conservation? It is described when we proceed earlier. Forward we will learn what is conservation. And the fourth stage is formal operational stage, in which the individual concentrate things, he manipulates the things, objects analytically. Let us take what are sensory motor stage. This stage leaves from 0 to 2 years, from the birth of children to the 2 years, next 2 years. And इस स्टेज में इन्फेंट जो है वो स्टार्ट करता है इंफॉर्मेशन को समझना और इर्द गिर्द की चीज़ों को मैनिपुलेट करना सीखता है. However, he failed to understand permanency of object. Now, what is permanency of object? Object permanence means object continue to exist and does not ends with their hiding. एक्चुअली होता ये है कि इस स्टेज में जो बच्चे होते हैं, जब वो किसी चीज़ को देखते हैं और फिर वो चीज़ उनके सामने से हटा दी जाती है, तो वो समझते हैं कि वो चीज़ उनके सामने से हट गई, तो इसका मतलब वो चीज़ एंड हो गई है. एक्चुअली they are not aware of the things that are not in front of them. However, By the end of this stage, these infants understand permanency of object. They start uh, understanding that things are exist that are not in front of them. Furthermore, in this stage, the infants develop ability of mental image of object in its absence, यानी जो चीज़ें उनके सामने मौजूद नहीं हैं उनकी जो इमेज है वो उनके जहन में एग्जिस्ट करना शुरू कर देती है इस स्टेज में. Now, as we know that in this stage sensory motor, the children begin understanding information and manipulate things. Now here it is described by a diagram that at this stage children repeat the playable movements and actions for them. The movements and actions they like, they start repeating these movements, which shows that they are learning and they are understanding the movements and actions, the information. Next stage हमारे पास है प्री ऑपरेशनल स्टेज दैट लास्ट फ्रॉम 2 to 6 or 7 years. It is the second stage after object permanency and it includes development of language. जो 2 साल के बाद बच्चे लैंग्वेज लर्निंग स्टार्ट करते हैं और it lasts until according to the environment and the intelligence of infant of the children. And at this stage children learn interaction with environment through word and images. This stage of personality development is marked by egocentrism. Now what is egocentrism? Egocentrism means that children believe that everyone sees things like they do. मतलब जैसी चीज़ें उनको दिखती हैं सब लोग ऐसे ही चीज़ों को परसीव करते हैं, सब लोग ऐसे ही चीज़ों को समझते हैं. ये this is known as egocentrism. And at this stage children learn conservation. Now what does it mean by conservation? Conservation means quantity of things. Conservation means quantity of things do not change by changing their size or shape. Actually ये जो बच्चे होते हैं they think that when the shape of an object change, they think that quantity has been changed. If we have 2 glass of milk, we have milk in one glass and we put the milk in the other glass. Now the children will think that the glass with more height has greater quantity of milk, and if the uh, and the glass with more width and little height have the little quantity. Actually they focus on only one on only one aspect of stimulus, and this phenomena of focusing on only one aspect of stimulus is known as centration. Next हम कहते हैं कि at this stage children are unable to understand reversibility. Now what is reversibility? In according to this theory, a mental operation that reverses a sequence of events or restore a changed state of affairs to the original condition. It is in इसकी example ये है that by the ability to realize that a glass of milk poured into the bottle can be poured back into the glass and remain unchanged. यानी अगर हम उसी जो हमारे पास 2 गिलास थे हमने एक से दूसरे में डाला ज़्यादा हाइट वाले से कम हाइट वाले में डाला तो बच्चे को यूँ लगा कि इसकी हाइट जो है इसकी क्वांटिटी कम हो गई है। वो ये अंडरस्टैंड नहीं करते कि अगर हम इसको बैक उसमें पहले वाले गिलास में दोबारा डाल दें तो इसकी क्वांटिटी हम देख सकेंगे कि क्वांटिटी रिमेंड कांस्टेंट। यहाँ पे एक पिक्चर दिखाई गई है प्री ऑपरेशनल स्टेज की, दैट एट दिस स्टेज चिल्ड्रन बिगिन टू थिंक सिम्बॉलिकली, यानी अगर वो किसी आदमी को राइड करता देखते हैं तो वो समझते हैं कि हम किसी भी चीज़ पर हम भी राइड कर सकते हैं। थर्ड स्टेज थर्ड स्टेज is concentrate operation stage that lasts from 7 to 12 years, and centric concept decreases and children focus on more than one aspects. In previous stage they were focusing on only one aspect of stimulus, and this was termed as centration. At this stage they start focusing on more than one aspect, and now they can start they can understand concept of grouping. They uh, group the group the things together and learn about them, but they apply these concepts that they learned until this stage. They apply these only on concrete objects that can be touched or that can be felt, but on abstract things that cannot be touched are still mystical for them. They are unable to understand these things. Next we have that abstract thinking has yet to develop, has not developed in them. However, यहाँ पर एक पिक से थोड़े से एक्सप्लेन किया गया है कि in this stage children begin to understand logical reasoning, कि वो ये देखते हैं कि अगर एक किसी एनिमल से अगर हम टच कर रहे हैं तो हमारे अंदर बीमारी ट्रांसफ़र हुई है, डिजीज़ ट्रांसफ़र हुई है, तो दे विल रिमेन अवे फ्रॉम दैट एनिमल, दे विल नॉट come again in contact with that animal. I mean, they have perceived that they have understand that a particular animal is responsible for a specific disease, or a particular object is responsible for a specific action. Last and the fourth and the last stage of personality development, cognitive development, is formal operation state. It lasts from 12 years to the remaining years for personality development, that are mentioned as 18 years. And in this period